So, Jack, here we are. We are in the middle of the third extended professional training with you in Spain. And when we were promoting the third one, we told everybody that it would be the last one. And now we're here. You changed your mind. So how's that?
Well, I'll tell you, it's actually pretty embarrassing to change one's mind, when we put it out the other way. But here's what happened to me. First of all, what's the reason that I didn't want to do anymore? Because I've loved doing them. So why didn't I want to do anymore? Well, the reason is because it takes up so much of my time that I didn't think I could afford to do that anymore. But what happened was, the reason it took up so much of my time, there's the telephone ringing in the background here. I don't, maybe.
It doesn't matter.
No? All right. So the reason it took up so much of my time is because I used to run long-term trainings. So we met once a month. This is in the United States. One weekend a month for 6 or 7 months. So that's 12 or 14 days that I was with people. And when I started this extended professional training, without having any experience doing it, I looked at the number of days that I would be face-to-face meeting with people, and it turned out to be 4 compared to 12. And how could I expect that the same kinds of, the same level of quality would happen during that time? So I constructed a whole way of having contact with everybody monthly in between the 2 sessions that we would meet together. And people would do assignments, and I would correct their assignments, and we would have face-to-face discussions on Skype, both individually and group. And that's why it turned out to be such an inordinate amount of time that it took me to do this. But the payoff, I think, has been pretty incredible. Not only have people loved it, but they feel like, in a lot of ways, they get something from this training, and you can speak to this better than I can, but that they haven't gotten in other places. So what happened to me suddenly? It's like, one thing we know about the 3 principles is that when people have a change of thought that comes out of nowhere, it's a change of mind. But it comes from a different place. It comes from a change of heart. And 2 things were happening. People started giving me a lot of feedback about how disappointed they were that they weren't able to do one of those first 3 extended professional trainings. And now, and so I thought, oh man. And then I was having such a really good time with this one. More than a good time, I felt like this one, during the Skype calls that we were having after the assignments, I kept even getting new insights myself that took me even deeper. Like, for example, I'm, as you know, I am a great harper on the point. When people are making presentations, for people to know what their point is or what their points are. Well, I realized when I was talking with people about the point, all of a sudden I saw the point. much deeper than I've ever seen the point before. And I was able to explain it in a much deeper way. And people got really excited about it and really saw what I was saying. So that it's things like that that come up. And so I thought, well, I could do this again.
I'm so glad.
And that's essentially what happened. I know that was kind of a long-winded answer, but that's what happened.
Well, now I can't wait to hear all about your new way of explaining the point. I mean,
yeah, well,
I mean, that's a pretty cool explanation, Jack. And you know, I'm glad that happened, and I'm sure people will be happy to hear that too. And this is why we also recorded this little video, because we thought, you know, we wanted people to hear it from you directly rather than from us organizing it. And so thank you for sharing it. And you know, isn't it amazing what can happen? And it's one of my favorite things, and it's probably that it's a result of understanding the principles. It's about being in the flow, isn't it? And allowing things to bubble up. And well, you obviously had a plan of how you wanted it to be, and life now decided it's a little different. It popped up with it.
That's been happening to me a lot lately. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, you know, it's like you don't want to give people the wrong idea, but things change. And there's no way that we can predict the future. And it really did look to me at that time like I wouldn't be doing any more of those. This was definitely the last one. But now it looks a little different to me. Now I could say this next one is going to be the last one. And I can really mean it because it looks that way to me, but I'm not even going to say that anymore because you never know. But at least right now, that's the way it looks to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Sid Banks for 5 or 6, maybe even more years in a row. He kept saying, this is going to be my last seminar. And then he would do one the next year, and he would do one the next year, and he would do one the next year, and he would do one the next year. And you know, he wasn't doing that for marketing purposes. He really believed at that time that that was his last one.
Well, I believed
and
you.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
we thought
it got to the point where people stopped believing that it was true. So I didn't want that to be happening with my extended professional training. But it's been going great, and I'm really looking forward to having a new group of people next year.
Yeah, me too. And that's another thing.
And I invite anyone to talk to any of the participants from any other years and get their own view of it.
Yeah. So lovely, Jack. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Katya.
All
I appreciate it.
right.